All right, go ahead, my brother.
Now, this is a change in environment when you get to the farm zone. See? Now, all this is yet on the city cotton field. And that's a change in the environment right there. That's labor. Okay? That's where the black folks fit in at back in the cotton fields. But they don't do it now because they got stuff to strip the cotton. Okay, but now when we go to talking about poverty, that's a reminder, reflective of a memory past there at the cotton field. But this is still the north side now. It's still the north side. Okay? This is not we don't have this type of development on the south side. So these are these communities that the city and the county caters to, but they uses the poverty-stricken areas that in the ghettos to get the monies to support these communities. Okay? They'll show the need to get the transit that these people can travel from Moody all the way to the south side, but they'll turn that transit around. They're gonna turn that transit around on 84. And won't allow it to come down to the corridor. And then you get there at the ghetto, and then you see the transition. Oh God, you know, if I had the time, but if you had the time, I got to go to the doctors. And they got to drop me off there in a few minutes. Okay, but I got to go get a CAT scan, you know, to see if there's tumor still rolling around, what the case may be. But, you know, if we would tour down to the south side as an addition to this clip and show the transition of the contrast. All this is the development here now. All of this. This is the north side. This is what we'll keep referring to. The development on the north side and nothing on the south side. And it's predominantly black on the south side. But they use the Section 3 in the hood zone to get all this governmental money, this assistance, these federal funds. And that's why we're cranking up Title 6. And Title 6 says that no person in the United States of America, based upon race, color, creed, ethnic groups, sex, or religion, shall be excluded from participating in, denied the benefits of, nor be subjected to discrimination by any program or activities that's funded and receiving federal assistance. That means that the disparity impact that we've been facing, that's been promoting all the prosperity for this north side, bringing the burden down upon a burden of an impact upon the south side, inflated with poverty. So therefore, we're going to have the street gangs, we're going to have the drugs, everything that this beast gave birth to. Okay? And this is the beast that gave the birth, and it came from our politicians and their breeding methods. Okay? You can see it, bro. You see it. America see it. Not only here, but our major problem amongst the black community is we got division through persuasion by a false, how would you say it? We know it's false, but what terminology would you use?
I don't know, Doc. I can't explain. I've been trying for 60 years. I can't get it together. But I do know a lot of what we have in our head is because of fear. Last night over in Coffee County, we had 91 people there at the city council meeting, but most people cries were the same in terms, while other people was not there, and it was because they feared that they would lose their job if they stood up and said something. Somebody asked where was the police officer who had the noose and the baby doll trick played on them, and they say because of fear. he couldn't be there, and possibly legal reasons too. But when something is dealing with something as heinous as a noose, and we as especially black males have been told about all our days, but you can't talk about it because you may not be able to get gainful employment anymore. It makes you think about if you're really in the land of the free, in the home of the brave, or in the home of the crazies. It's kind of hard to tell now. Doc, you told me about last night. I looked at that flag and I thought about it, why I kept the camera on the flag so long last night in Coffee County. When I think about the red and the sacrifices of everybody, but particularly the black African Americans who have paid so much and has received so little when it comes down to equal justice under the law and fairness in the economic system of America, I love to show that flag. I just love it because they told us one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. When I was younger, I really believed in that. I thought it was what it was. But as you say, Doc, no, it ain't what it was. It is what it is. Go ahead, my brother.
No, brother, I'm going to say something here, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way by anyone. But let's talk about the defining of two words, okay? And these two, one of the words, the two words that we're going to define deal with hatred. It deals with evil. And it deals with what's felt within the hearts of many people. And they use it in expressions when they're behind closed doors, or they feel that these are in a private conversation of confidentiality, and they use the words freely. And those words is the nigger and the cracker. And the nigger and the cracker is always at war. The cracker is fighting the nigger trying to fight the cracker by the definition of what it means on the street out here. When are we going to get beyond the nigger and the cracker? When are we going to grow up and be big enough, wise enough to understand that it's going to take wisdom, and courage, and knowledge, and education, and the understanding that we all must share in this world together, and rise beyond the ignorance of the usage of those words and the terminology by our acts? What do you think?
I don't know if we'd ever rise above them, brother. We came over here 500 years ago, and we still have vestiges of hate. As Elder Bowles said last night, you can't look at the black man as a human being for whatever reason. And when you got police officers who are sworn to uphold the law, and when you got firemen who are sworn to be the protectors and the preservers of life, to use something as a noose to threaten other Americans, it lets you know how far we still have to go as a nation.
Yeah, see, I'm a black man, but I'm not a nigger. Okay?
Right.
And then we take a white man and you're referring to as a cracker, and a black man to call him a cracker and not realizing that word came from an old cracker house of design. And from the cracker word came from the cracking of the whip, what does it say? From the cracking of the whip. And he was called the cracker. So that word came down, so it's an insult for those who died and those who stands up on behalf of black folk. For those who is into the ridicule of a black America, when you call him a cracker, you was actually giving him a compliment because he was the cracker of the whip. So when we get into the words and the definitions of them, it arrives and we use them to our own terminology, but we got to get beyond the stupidity. Mm-hmm. We got to get beyond it.
Wait, my brother.
One minute, just stand over here. You can take me on around.
Okay.
We got to get beyond it, man. And we got to get on the economical cycle and and deal with this economy and